Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever in the world you may be. This is Roland Rojo here, KC6JPG, for the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. The Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net is what we call our show. That's what it is. Every Tuesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time or Mountain Standard Time. And, of course, your time zone may vary. Okay. And the Amateur Television Network is a series of repeaters making it possible for you out there, our amateur television, YouTube, Facebook, Arden, and BATC superstars that you are, to make video communications with one another within our network coverage area. All right, you can watch us globally. Yes, we are live as we speak on YouTube, youtube.com/Amateur Television Network. And you can see, of course, our live feed right now, as well as all the wonderful archives that we have on our channel. So peruse at your leisure. You can see some of them that actually have a fully brown hair. It's a miracle. All right. We're also on Facebook, so watch us there on Facebook as well, facebook.com/Amateur Television Network. Don't have any RF equipment, but would love to get started in amateur television during our nets. We'll have no fear. And that's where our Whereby channel comes in, whereby.com/ATN-TV. And, of course, we have a terrific group of people on the channel. There they are. You got it. We love them. We love them. Champions you are. You got it. Very good. For some weird reason, they're all frozen on my side. Why is that?
Chinese radio.
Isn't that funny?
Japanese.
See, we another technical difficulty. We'll have to refresh. Let's refresh the. Let's see here. Okay. We'll fix that during the little break. All right, so you got it. So whereby.com/ATN-TV. You got it. All right. DMR Radio. Hey, you go talk to us on the audio side of things throughout the world, and that's on our Facebook, on our DMR Talk group, and of course, and let me get that graphic up. Because for some reason I did not program it. There you go. All right. And that's 3196 on the Brian Meister Network, 224 on TGIF. We would love to hear from you, always. And, of course, for more information regarding the Amateur Television Network, you can always go to our website, www.amateurtelevision.net. And I promise we will update it. You can get it all current and be wonderful, especially with the upcoming DATV QSO party. Awesome. This portion of this net is a directed net. Transmissions may be made after acknowledgement by net control, and a clear frequency is always appreciated. All right, bulletins, general announcements. Of course, that will follow after a brief pause for any priority traffic. I'm Roland, KC6JPG, your net control tonight. All right, not hearing any bulletins or announcements at this time. We're going to go right into our bulletins and announcements at this time. That made a lot of sense, didn't it? What a work day today. Crazy stuff. Anyway, not hearing any priority traffic. Let's go into bulletins and announcements. All right, well, we had our first test for the DATV QSO party, and it passed in flying colors. The people over in Australia are receiving us with a full 1920 by 1080 signal. And there goes those test tones again. And Mike, if you're watching us, please don't touch the test tones because I got turned off. anyway, so mark your calendars for Friday, August 30th, and that's the U.S. portion of the DATV QSO party, and it's probably going to run for about 10 hours because at approximately 0900 UTC or 2 o'clock a.m. our time, Pacific Daylight Time, we're going to be communicating with Europe, checking in on the QO-100 satellite that has amateur television on board. So that's going to be really cool. So we'll definitely we will call it the Red Eye Net or the Insomnia Showcase, whatever the case may be. So mark your calendars. Starting Friday, 5 o'clock p.m. is our start time. And we're going to lead it off with Peter Cousins over in Australia, and he'll hand it off to Art Towsley. He'll take care of all the people on the East Coast side of things, basically with Dara and Atco and Slats and those groups. And then we'll make our way to the Midwest area, Rocky Mountain area, and that's where Bill and Jim will be chiming in. And, of course, for us in the West Coast, we'll be checking in all the repeaters here on the West Coast, and then our chapter stations throughout the country and throughout the world. So mark your calendars again. So Friday, August 30th, and it's going to start at 5 o'clock p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And those are the bulletins I have at the moment. I'm going to pass it over to our buddy Mike, who just got back from Pitcairn Island, and he had a wonderful time. VP6MC, also known as WA6SVT, KC6JPG. Mike, it's great to see you tonight.
Register.
Don't forget to unmute yourself too.
Yeah, I just did that. I was trying to get earlier to get set up for RF. Oh, I got to turn my other audio down here. Anyway, hello to everybody. Getting over some laryngitis. Anyway, not much else going on here. So back to net.
Well, very good, Mike. Well, welcome back home to the mainland, and definitely take care of yourself. Lots of rest, and a lot of chicken soup. That's good for the soul and good for the throat too. Very good, Mike. Take care. Thank you very much for checking in, my friend. All right, RF stations. Any RF stations I'd like to announce? Any bulletins or announcements? I'm waiting for you, Gordo. You know it. Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control.
Hi there, everyone. Gordo. Tonight was National Night Out, so a lot of hams are out there doing their thing with their local police departments. And we did that as well, and we're checking in. And Mike, welcome back to civilization. No further traffic, and back to you. And we look forward to the Mexican dinner get-together coming up soon. WB6NOA, Coast to Mesa, with just a little bit of interference.
WB6NOA, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Gordo. So, thumbs up, you got it. And we're definitely looking forward to that Mexican fiesta. Right, Tom? You got it. Any other station I'd like to announce any bulletins or announcements before we proceed to check-ins? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control. All right, we're going to go ahead and commence with check-ins. We're going to start with Mount Wilson. And Ron, I got my fingers crossed. I know you're going to hit the repeater, so let's try it. KD6NIZ, KEC6JPG, Ron, Arcadia. Well, it worked on Saturday. What happened between Saturday and now? No wonder Murph couldn't get in. Well, we're going to go to Plan B, Ron. So let's go ahead and we'll go to Plan B. And Ron, it's great to see you tonight. How you doing, buddy?
Well, there's a lot of static on the picture right now, and this afternoon, earlier when I first turned on, it was nice and clear. So it's something that just come up in the last few minutes. So I don't know. It's like just been warm here, and everybody's warm. So that's about it here. Back to you guys.
Oh, very good, Ron. Mike just opened up the port for Mount Wilson, so we're going to let you try it. KC6JPG. Okay, we need to muster up a team. This is crazy. Crazy stuff. Okay. So you got a good picture coming back from Mount Wilson there, Ron?
Good audio. So back to you guys.
Oh, very good, Ron. Well, thank you very, very much for checking in with us tonight. Thank you for trying to get into well, you got into Mount Wilson. You got a clear picture, but boy, we got beaten up by radar. It was just nasty. So very, very good, bud. Thank you so much. Anyone else on Mount Wilson that'd like to check in? Merv, I'm waiting for you, buddy. KC6JPG, net control. All right, let's go to Snow Peak this time, and we're going to check in Earl, KJ6DQR, and also Julie, KJ6FYY, in Cathedral City.
Hello, everybody. Earl here in the Cathedral City Code. I don't know if you can hear me. The audio's probably pretty bad. Anyway, here comes trouble. Been very hot. Let me turn the audio up a little bit. We had 117 today. Humidity was like 35-36%, so it was a bad one. And yeah, she's giving me a hard time. Anyway, looks like we're planning a trip to Snow Peak to fix this audio problem. Yay! On Saturday. And what else is happening? That's about it. Just wishing it would cool off, right? I'm getting too old for this hot stuff. And of course we're busy at work, so that adds fuel to the fire, I suppose. Anyway, hope everybody's well, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks, you guys. KJ6DQR. And Julie didn't get her picture in here yet. Okay.
KJ6DQR, KJ6FYY, KC6JPG. You two are just so cute. I love it. Julie, I checked in your hand. You're definitely giving a hand to Earl. I love it. Thank you both for checking in and doing everything that you do. So thank you so much. All right, we're going over to Yucca Valley. And that's where our buddy Keith is at, N6GKB, KC6JPG. Keith, it's great to see you tonight, my friend. How you doing?
Good evening. Me and the little sidekick over there having dinner. My granddaughter's here with me, so
Oh, cute.
just busy. Hey, wait. I'm going, who is it? Anyway, we're having dinner and kicking back, and we've been playing and stuff today, kicking back inside where it's warm and cool. So that's my day. And prep around here for my brother coming up in a couple of days. We're going to try to get a few things wondered out of how we're going to put the antennas up and get back on RF and, make a plan here. So that'll be a good thing. Oh, man. Other than that, not doing much more. So everybody there, and he's got receiver. So, hey, I'll get that when he gets here. Thank you, Roland. So anyhow, N6GKB, Yucca Valley. Everybody have a good one.
N6GKB, KC6JPG. Very good, Keith. Very good. So thank you very much for checking in. Grant, I'll tell you, with all these younglings around within our group, boy, we can really pass the neck control baton around with these new people like Sebastian and your granddaughter there, Keith, and of course, little Tater Gator, who was over today. My wife Marianne taking care of him. And I'll tell you, we just got a video from my daughter-in-law, and she was doing the pretend sneezing while she's giving him a bath. And I mean, the gut laugh coming out of that little boy is just amazing. So Hun, send me the video. So that would be cool. All right. Thanks, Keith, for checking in. Anyone else on Snow Peak that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6 JPG Net Control. All right, we go over to Oak Mountain, serving Santa Clarita, San Fernando, parts of Ventura County, LA County, and it's got a pretty swath, Simi Valley area. And let's check in Allen, W6IST, Porter Ranch. Okay, how about Bob, W6KGE, Simi Valley. How about Steve, WA6EJO, Ventura.
WA6EJ.
WA6EJO, KC6JPG. Very good, Steve. Got you checked in. Thank you very much. And hey, thank you for all that you have been doing at Oak Mountain. We really appreciate you, buddy. So thank you. And I'm glad that the road to Oak is much better. So that's great. Thank you. Anyone else on Oak Mountain I'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, Net Control.
WA6EJ. Yeah, Alan and Bob checked in, but they didn't come through the system.
Okay, so Alan and Bob did check in locally. Okay, very good. Well, we got Alan checked in and Bob checked in on Oak Mountain locally. So very good. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it. I'll have to check that port too. All right. Anyone else on Oak Mountain that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control. All right, we go to Santiago Peak, and let's get an official check-in from Gordo West, WB6 NOA, Costa Mesa.
And we're here. Very good evening, all. And I was able to see the station from Mount Wilson on a side lobe on my 1.2. And he was coming in well all the way down here. We have no further traffic other than tonight is National Night Out, where the police department hosts a lot of volunteers, and maybe that's where some of our team members are. And Mike, again, welcome back. And this is Gordo, about 8 watts. Oh, analog, here we go, in Costa Mesa. 73, and we'll be watching all of you coming in on different mediums. WB6 NOA.
WB6 NOA, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Gordo. We got that about 98%, but totally 100% copyable. So very, very good, my friend. So looking excellent. Like I said, get ready for fiesta time. Very good. We go to Riverside, and that's where our buddy Norm is at. KD6OMV. Norm? We go to Rancho Cucamonga. Let's see if our buddy Gary Johnson is out there. AA6GJ, KC6JPG. Gary? All right, we continue with the Rancho Cucamonga streak. Oh, we got Norm. Okay, hold on, Norm. Let me check 2.4. Well, Mike, go ahead and open 2.4, bud.
That's more like it. Hi, this is Norm, KD6OMVO in Riverside. It's kind of a cool day today. It only got up to 100. The previous couple of days it got up to about 107. I know some of the guys out in the desert probably got even warmer than I did. But anyway, I'm back from vacation and just thought I'd check in. Haven't seen you guys in about a month. So I'll turn it back to Roland. Great to see everybody out there. Have a great week. Stay well and safe, and see you out here again next week. This is KD6OMV, back to net control.
KD6OMV, KC6JPG. And Mike, thank you very much for... Whoop, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yep. It must be 8 o'clock. Yep, it's after 8. There we go. We got the interfering repeater. I'm being Max Headroom at the moment. KD6OMV, KC6JPG. Oh, that's wonderful, Norm. I'm glad you had a wonderful vacation. That is terrific. Glad to see you back. And don't forget, we got the DATV QSO party coming up on the 30th of August. So it's going to be one wild of a party. So come and join us, definitely. And you're looking great. So, yeah, your picture looks terrific on my monitors. So great job. Great stuff, dude. All right, continuing with our Rancho Cucamonga streak, and we're going to go over to Tom. He is our president of the Amateur Television Network, the Southern California and Nevada chapter. WB6 HYH KC6 JPG. Tom, good evening, my friend.
Hey, it's working now. WB6 HYH. Got a frog in my throat. Anyways, good to see everybody out there today. And let's see. Looks like the high here today only hit 102, so that wasn't too bad. And average humidity today was 68%. No, 38%. Yeah, I looked at that wrong. So 38% humidity, not too bad. And let's see, what else? Did a little work outside again today. Listened a little bit to ham radio today. Worked a station down in Brazil a little while ago on 20 meters. On 15 actually. It was on 15 meters. Heard him coming in fairly good. Not too many other stations on HF today. Still getting hit by that coronal mass or whatever. And so the bands have been pretty dead. I've been listening the last couple of days and not too much activity. But once in a while, a few stations get through. So I got a guy called down there in Colombia. Well, I talked to a Colombian station, that's right, and a Brazil station, 2 stations. And they both gave me 5.9 signals, so that's nice. And I don't even have the antenna cranked up all the way. It's down about 3/4 of the way. It's about 1/4 of the way up. But was running the amplifier, about 600 watts, and got a nice signal report from both of those guys down in South America there. So radio's working good. Thank you, Mike, for helping me get that antenna up there. It's working great. And let's see, what else? Got a pretty good response from my emails I sent out about having the Mexican Fiesta this September instead of the usual barbecue. In fact, that was pretty unanimous. I don't think anybody said no. So it's definitely going to be Mexican food. I'll be sending out probably another couple weeks or so. Probably a suggested menu, seeing who could bring what, and as I said, ATN will furnish the meat for the tacos. We're going to have 3 or 4 different kinds of meats for tacos, so whatever anybody likes. And then let's see. The date. I think we pretty much established it's going to be on the 21st of September. Yeah, September 21st, Saturday. And Gary and Debbie reminded me that the 17th will be the Route 66 special event that they have every year. And I really like to operate that myself. I try to get all the stations along Route 66 there. And they said they're actually going to be part of one of the stations that's going to be operating. So if we had it on the 17th, they wouldn't be able to make it. So I don't think anybody else objects it to do. There was one other station, I think, person that said they probably couldn't make it on the 21st, but I think everybody else said that they could do it. So, and I just found out today that my football team, the Oregon Ducks, have a bye that Saturday, so they won't be playing that Saturday. And that's good for me because I like to watch all their games. So, let's see. That's about all I'm doing here. Yeah, we had a nice trip up to Mount Wilson last Saturday. Gary and Mike and I went up there and got it working, but it can't eliminate the interference problem. At least not easily. Not like changing a cable or something. So, we'll, I guess just have to put up with that. Sorry, Ron, but your signal looked good Saturday. It really did. So that's about all I got here. I'll turn it back to you, Roland. So everybody mark your calendars, September 21st. Big fiesta at my house. Same location as always. So talk to you later. Roland, WB6HYH, back to you.
WB6HYH KC6JPG. Very good, Tom. We're definitely looking forward to the 21st. Whoop, here we go. We're flipping on the repeater. WB6HYH KC6JPG. Well, very good, Tom. We're definitely looking forward to the fiesta on September 21st. So that's going to be a fun event. So that's terrific. And yeah. At your QTH. All right. We'll definitely be bringing a side and some drinks for sure. I usually bring a case of water for everybody too. Very good. Thanks, Tom, for everything that you do, my friend, and thanks for going up to Mount Wilson with Gary and Mike. And I really appreciate all of Mike's help, especially when he's feeling under the weather right now. So I have a little frog in my throat too. I'm feeling something myself. So hopefully it's just dry. It's just dry. So anyway. You can spit it out, Rojo, anytime. Very good. All right. I'm not sure if Gary's around, but I'm going to try anyway. W6KVC, KC6JPG, Running Springs. Hello. Okay, well, very good. All right, well, we got Plan B. You got it. We got Plan B. And guess what? The Gary and Gary show is over at the meeting up in Lake Arrowhead. So we're going to turn it over to you. W6KVC, AA6GJ, KC6JPG. Hi, guys.
Hello. Hi, Roland. Yeah, both Garys are at the March Hare meeting in Lake Arrow tonight. It's the first Tuesday of the month. So we're right now during the break time, so we figured we'd check in real quick on amateur television, okay?
Yep. Nice breeze outside. Cool up here.
Yeah, it's cooling down. The breeze is finally coming in.
Escape Rancho.
I don't know why my phone will not rotate because the rotator's on.
Go figure. Go figure, Gare. Sometimes those phones have a mind of their own, don't they?
Yeah.
See, Gary and I can relate with those cameras that we dealt with KHSC. They had a mind of their own.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. Right now we're in the break there, so figured we'd check in real quick. Say hi to everybody.
Oh, very, very good, my friend. Thank you very, very much for checking in. Gary's great to see you too. Both Garys. How cool is that? Very good. And AA6GJ Gary, let's do lunch. We got to do lunch together so we can coordinate settings on digital. So sounds great. Thank you both for checking in. Appreciate you.
All three modulators to make sure they're the same, Roland.
That's exactly right. We got to do all three together so we can see if there's flip-flopping and all kinds of stuff, and we can just do it locally here. That'd be cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys. All right. Anyone else on Santiago Peak that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control.
KD6 and IZ. How about that?
How about that? Ron, you're checked in audio and video through the link. That's awesome. Very good. Anyone else on Santiago Peak that'd like to check in? Come in at this time. KC6JPG, net control. And it's been a while, and I'm going to check it in. Job's Peak and the man himself. WA6 SVT, KC6 JPG. Hi, Mike. How you doing?
Yeah, it was good getting Wilson back working. There's a notice of proposed rulemaking about major changes coming up to the 900 meg NAM plan. Tom O'Hara, W6ORG, sent me a copy. I sent a copy to the OAT users, and it has to do with the Part 90 service, the land mobile service thing. They want to do a navigation thing there. So they're asking for the top, I think 10 megahertz of the band, and they're asking for the bottom 5, which would basically eliminate 919.25 as a frequency. So I think we need to seriously consider moving out over to 1241.25 or 1242 or 1243 digital if we go that route. But anyway, I think our days on 900 are going to be limited here pretty soon. Anyway, back to net, WA6SVT.
Oh, WA6SVT, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Mike. Thank you very much for letting us know about that proposed rulemaking. Yeah, a lot of changes are happening. You know, 900 is definitely getting quite busy, and it's it's crazy. Got Meshtastic on that band on what is that, 913, 914, somewhere around that area. So yep, they're in there. So it's crazy. It's crazy, and of course you got the noise from the Edison meters. So so I recommend it. I recommend they either go to 1.2, and just like you mentioned earlier. So thanks, Mike. Thanks for everything that you do. Get some rest, my friend. But it sounds like you're getting much better. So that's wonderful. Thanks, buddy. All right. And I noticed that Jim, K6SOE, he had his hand up, and I'm going to pass it over to him at the moment. And he is our net control over at the Mount Diablo Amateur Radio Club. And so K6SOE, KC6JPG. Hi, Jim.
Good evening, Roland and the net. Thanks for being there. Thanks for putting us all together here. I had my hand up real quick. Mike, can you forward me that email about 900? Thank you very much. And not too much else new around here today. It's about 100 degrees, and it might be that again tomorrow. That it's a wonderful day to stay indoors where it's cool. So that's about all I've got here. We'll send it back to you, Roland. K6SOE, Stuckenberg.
K6SOE, KC6JPG. Very good, my friend. Sounds great. We'll get you back on when we. I'll give the anchor call because you're our anchor man. I love it. Very good, my friend. Thank you very much for checking in. All right. Anyone else on Joe's Peak or Santa Barbara or Potosi? Just in case that the gods are coming out, come and check in at this time. KC6JPG, net control.
Jim, check your
All right, we go to our chapter stations from around the country and across throughout the world. And let's go to New York, New York. And that's where our buddy Manny is at, N2MJF KC6JPG. Manny, hi.
Hey, I'm doing good here. It looks like Wolfgang sent some of Debbie's rain here. We're getting hammered here. It's like a soggy, very wet straitjacket. I had to bring it in. Nah, just kidding. At least the good thing about this rain, it keeps the nut jobs inside, so I don't know this racket going on outside, the blasting music or nothing. Other than that, the same usual stuff. I turn on the computer, a lot of pillaging, raping. Is like a pirate festival out here. Well, what you expect? Pretty soon the kids go back to school and I'll be like happy again. I won't be like this too much. I give it back to you, Roland.
Into MJF KC6JPG. Rains, it pours, doesn't it, buddy? We see flying cows, flying pigs, and flying straitjacket people. There you go. Thank you. You got it. Nothing from the Big Apple. That's right. Nothing but the best. There you go. We're going to Minnesota, Monticello, Minnesota, and that's where our buddy John is at. AF7PA, KC6JPG. John, always great to see you. How you doing?
Well, I think I'm doing fairly well, but this, what did I do? I didn't select the picture. That's what's wrong. There, here we go. It looks to me like you need to keep your fire suit handy. I'm up there at the blue dot, so it looks like I'm pretty well safe for a while. Looks like a big change over here with the coast, but Wolf knows more about that than I do. Looks like it's not offshore, it's on land. But anyway, I'll be interested to see what he says about that. I tell you the temperature, but it's not showing on my screen right now. They've got an ad for baseball. It was pretty warm and sunny here today, not rainy like yesterday. But I'm still on the couch, staying inside, waiting for the 19th so I can get a little surgery on my back, and maybe I'll get my walking papers again. Who knows? Other than that, not much going around here. The landlord's granddaughter was here from Greece, and she went up to the cabin with him today. And the cat is still my friend in the house. So that's all I know. You'd have to ask the cat for anything else. So this is John, AF7PA, and I'm still lost in Monticello. Back to that.
AF7PA, KC6JPG. Well, very good, John. Thank you very much for showing the weather. And yeah, a lot of activity out there, especially with the fires that are happening in the north of our continent. So that's quite something. So very good. With that jacket on there, bud, I thought it was getting cooler there in Minnesota. So wow. Of course, you're always invited to come to California where it's 100+ degrees over here, but it's a dry heat. I knew you love it. Look at that. Yeah, look at that smile. That says it all right there. There you go.
I did write down the meeting and the Mexican food, so you never know.
Well, Tom has an open door for you, buddy. So you got it. So, and just in case, we'll be on Whereby too. So you got best of both worlds. Very good. Thank you, John, for checking in with us. All right, going to Florida. Boy, I'll tell you, Florida has a lot of activity going on, especially with my son down there in Miami. So he's doing drill through a hurricane. So let's go over to Wolf, KV4ATV, KC6JPG. Wolf, how you doing, my friend?
Well, kind of wet and hot over here. Like we said, we had a Cat 1 hurricane come through. We didn't get a whole lot of it over here in the Panama City area right at the moment and stuff. We're following the circulation of it and stuff. The eye of this thing is just east of Savannah, and southeast of Charleston and stuff off of the coast of Georgia. They're getting stuff in Wilmington, Columbia, Augusta, Myrtle Beach, a little bit over in Brunswick. Gainesville's got a little bit just off the coast of Jacksonville, but other than that, we don't have a whole lot right now of it. We've been tracking it, but we're watching another one that stuff is building up down to our southeast. It's supposed to be headed west and stuff over toward Mexico, but well, you know how the hell that is. The last time we heard that happen, it came in as a Cat 1 on Houston, Texas. So it's still a little bit too early for us to tell, but we're definitely on the hot track of watching this thing. And other than that, I went in Friday and stuff for about a dozen or so medical exams and stuff with the imaging. And anyway, the results so far are not showing the best, but I'll save that for the round table. Other than that, it's just been hot down here, humid, rainy off and on so far. Luckily, Panama City hadn't gotten drowned by this thing. You know, Manny was asking for some water, so I guess we decided to ship it up toward him. We had 0.05 inch to about 0.10 inch right here in the Panama City. Ron probably had a little bit more up there in Lynn Haven when that squall line came through, but right down here on the coast and stuff, the only thing we got was winds about 20, 30 mile an hour and no damage. So anyway, I've been very active on the Hurricane Watch Net, the NWS Tallahassee, and just been monitoring the stations all across the nation. So I'll save the rest of it for the roundtable. KB4 ETV, Panama City, your Florida Net Control and Florida President, your meteorologist. So just hoping that 919.25 does not affect the whole nation that Mike was talking about, because that's right on the output of our repeater. And if it takes place, and I'm going to have a problem with our repeater here. Anyway, back to you, and I'll let you take it over to KK4YZE.
Very good, my friend. With KB4ATV, KC6JPG. Well, very good, my friend. Thank you very much, Wolf, for letting us know about the weather and of course, our concerns regarding the 900 band as well. So, yeah, I know that was going to be affected here in Southern California. So that's a big one. So we'll see if Florida's going to be affected or not. All right.
Table.
Great. All right, we're going to go continuing on with Panama City. We're going to go to KK4YZE. Ron, and how you doing, my friend? It's great to see you tonight.
Good to be seeing. Great seeing you guys. As Wolf said, it's still been hot. Today wasn't as wet as earlier this week and late last week, but we've had enough rainwater to last us for another few weeks anyway, without adding another tropical storm. Anyway, tomorrow, they got me scheduled last week for tomorrow for my bone biopsy, so I'll be in the hospital supposedly for outpatient surgery. Get poked, stabbed 4 times and drained 4 times. So I don't know what the kind of condition I'm going to be in, so I get to just take the whole day off. My wife's going to come with me and take me home and put me to bed. But this weekend we were unpacking some boxes out of our storage unit, and I found an old clock that was given to me. Bet you like to see that, Roland and everybody.
Oh, nice.
My alma mater, and the instrument that I play. I don't know if you can see it. That's French horn. So I just got the clocking mechanism put in today. So that's an old present over 35 years ago. So now I can have another thing to put up in my man cave with everything else when I get that cleaned out. So that's all I have. You guys have a great week. Hopefully I'll have some good news next time we meet regarding my health and back and everything. So back to Roland and everyone on the net, KK4YZE, saying good night and have a good week.
KK4YZE, KC6JPG. What a beautiful momentum. Wow. That is just awesome. My son would love that. So I'd love to see that. That is really cool, Ron. Thank you for sharing that. And hoorah to you, my friend.
Let me know if you want me to take a picture of it and
Yeah,
send
take
it
a
to
picture
you.
of it and send it to me. I would love to share it with them. That'd be cool. Very cool, Ron. Thank you very much. And like I said, you, Wolfie, thank you for your service. We really appreciate you. Very, very good. We're going to Arizona, and that's where our buddy Joel is at. KD6W, KC6JPG. Joel, we have been very, very busy. We've been very, very productive, and I think we're ready for phase 2, I believe. How you doing, my friend?
Doing great. This is Joel, KD6W in Tucson. As you noted, we are making great strides with SRT. But so basically, as I mentioned earlier, the trouble that I was having was the switcher IP address was in conflict with some other device on my network. So whoops. And of course, it doesn't complain. So there's no feedback to the system to tell you that it's in conflict. You know, most computers tell you that hey, there's somebody else on this network with that same IP address, and then you go, oh, then you need to go fix it. Well, so there was no clue, and because there's both a USB and an IP connection to the switcher, I was being spoofed because all the connectivity was coming through on the USB connected connection going down to the computer. And I was using that computer to try and troubleshoot stuff. So it didn't help. So anyway, mystery solved. We don't have to call black magic. And so I spent time editing that XML file that we used to import into the switcher. And so I now have the secret sauce because I'm able to test it here kind of thing, so that we're able to set up SRT portals. So basically, everybody that has a listener, a receiver decoder that can get their decoder IP facing will now have a way that I can send out the XML to share amongst all the users that have ATEM switchers, and then it'll show up in a pull down list of choices. If you want Santiago, click here and hit start, and you'll show up at Santiago and stuff like that. So we now have a clever way for those people that are festooned with these happy little switcher devices to be able to come up on nets on other machines and have a way to cross connect, if you will. But in any case, more on that to follow. The other cool thing came via Amazon. And so this probably doesn't show very well, but it's a cool little device. So this is the little toy I've been playing with. It doesn't show up very well on the TV screen, but basically it's an encoder. No, wait, it's a decoder. No, wait, it's 2 for 1. It does both, but it only does one at a time. And I was like, oh man, you can't do full duplex, but whatever. It's meant to mount on a camera. So it's got a little threaded stud here on the bottom. Note the little fan of annoyance, but it gets warm. So basically, this thing would sit up on a top of a camera. And what's interesting right now is, notice the power cord. It's PoE. So I'm running this off my PoE network, and I'm feeding HDMI. And right now, I can show you what it looks like if I do, bear with me one moment, if I do this one quick little thing, and bingo. Now what you're seeing is the delay. So basically, my voice is going to precede what you see on the video because I'm not routing the audio from my decoder. I'm just using the same old microphone to feed. So basically, you can see what the quality is. And so, quite frankly, this is good enough for government work. And so this is what I've been wanting to test out. But basically, it's another tool in the arsenal, if you will. So we now have another way to look at what we're doing and have a way to connect between sites. So not cheap. It's like $180 or something off Amazon, but it's cool that it actually can do either or. Plus it has some on-screen display. I was testing it. I'm doing all this with the AVC codec H.264. I tried 265, but it's got an interrupt problem. It did not. The HEVC codec did not work on my decoder over here. So that's like, okay, that's a problem. So anyway, my guess is it'll connect with itself. So if you have two of these Zowie boxes, you can connect between them, but then the problem is getting compatibility. I have not completely tested it with VLC and whatever. We need to go into vMix. We need to do a whole bunch of different stuff to be able to try it out to see how it works. But the good news is, yes, it does support SRT. So boom, now we got another solution. So now we now know of 2 encoders, 3 encoders, and 3 decoders, including VLC. 4 decoders, because we also have the Raspberry Pi.
Pies, exactly.
Exactly. So we now have a bunch of tools in our arsenal bag for being able to set up machines. Most of the products that I've been testing have HDMI support. And so it's trivial to get from composite video up to HDMI. This thing, that little box, goes all the way up to 4K. I'm like, wow, that's cool. But so it also goes all the way down to SD resolution, in which case I got it running at 100 kilobit video AVC. Now, of course, it looks terrible. It is what it is. Don't start playing a basketball game. But if only thing moving is the lips, then it's okay. I mean, it's passable, but it doesn't look that great, but you can do it. So in a pinch, this will be one of the objectives we're going to try with this new board that Trevor's working on, which is it's a derivative of the Porch Down project. So it'll be a hat that plugs into a Raspberry Pi, and that if we can feed SRT streams into the Raspberry Pi and turn it into a modulator, boom, now you have a clever way to get on digital. And so with all these toys and tools and things that we've got, we don't have to rely on heavy duty equipment for doing home-based operations, remote operations, all that kind of stuff. Leave the heavy equipment for the repeater sites. And then that way we can have higher quality and better pictures and more of them and things like that. So that's all from here. Oh, I do have some pictures to share. Not only did we have bobcats the other day, people have seen the bobcat videos. Just earlier today, I showed you on the National Weather Service radar, there was a storm that already went tailing through here earlier. And it came up like a herd of turtles. Let me see if I can get this to work here. And it's spinning circles. What do you know? Thank you, Google. Come on. Wake up.
That's the problem.
Oh, there you go. This is what smacked us about 2 hours ago. And just as I was looking at this, I went to go look out the other window. And there you go. I had more tiles filed. I just fell right in front of me. That just happened. Well, good thing I'd already scheduled the meeting with the roof people are going to come here. I had to, because I already had one tile broken from the last storm. So they're coming tomorrow morning. We're going to have them come up and look at what it's going to cost well, it's under warranty, but anyway, now I got more tiles to replace, so one fell down and cracked another. So it's like, 2 for 1 special or whatever you call that. Anyway, that's all from me. This is Joel, 86W in Tucson.
KD6W, KC6JPG. Got a question for you regarding that new encoder that you got. Does it have some kind of like a high-end GPIO kind of a triggers so we can trigger an amplifier? Just kind of curious. They're coming to get you.
It has IP interface, in which case I'm showing you that it has interface for PTZ. You can control the tally. Basically, it's not set up to send a trigger. I think we can receive some triggers, but it has some limitations. Plus you can As you can see, I'm playing with the on-screen display thing here. Audio is pretty straightforward. Streaming, it's got its own little thing. So there's a primary and a sub process. So it's got actually 2 stream output. I turned off the live local because I'm just using anyway. So along, but it does support NDI. And that's where I'm going to get lost, because I don't know how much control and connectivity things we can do through the NDI interface. But I believe it adds some smarts to that. And of course, there's network setup and stuff. And then there's remote control and things that you can do. And this is where I discovered it's either or mode. It's got one or the other, encoder or decoder. So triggers, now it's meant to control PTZ cameras, where it has a couple of them. So write these down: Visca over IP, Visca, Pelco D, and Pelco P interfaces. But that's, I believe, all these Pelcos are the PTZ cameras. They're very popular, famous, whatever. But I don't know what we can do to trigger things as an input output. It has an interface so that you can remote control cameras through its interface.
So, one way of doing it is just put the SRT at the very low end, and of course, anything transmitting will be, they'll just get taken out, and that's one way of doing it. And of course,
think of it as a feed camera. It's like a beauty camera shot, always on, and then you put it on some kind of a switch interface so you can do a take.
Well, the border is secure.
Yeah. So because
so
on the Pies, I was told that there is a GPIO pin that sends 5 volts when the video comes on the Pi player. So which makes it nice to trigger an amplifier. So or transmit circuits. So that's one thing. The other thing is, if there's a valid video light on that device, that's another way of doing it. We can simply just take some signal wire. No valid video light.
No, what it does have is a tally light. So, remember, this thing it's targeted at the remote camera production environment, like a church. Okay. And so you would mount a PTZ camera right next to this box. One of the cool things it does is it supplies a 12-volt output. So if your little remote camera needs a little 12-volt, this box will make 12 volts. So you can either feed it over USB or PoE, and it will make 12 volts. So it's meant to be, you put this thing somewhere up on a banister or something, it's remote. And then you link into it over IP and use your browser interface to be able to then access the camera, access the encoder settings. And so basically you're just going to get a raw feed, SRT or otherwise. And then you would feed that to the switcher. And so then you would have some downstream logic that would have all the capability that we would want.
Well, very, very good. That's definitely something to look at. So, especially with the decode side, that'd be a really great thing to have too. So,
instant decoder.
Exactly. Encoder and decoder. I'm planning on picking that. I'm gonna plan on picking one up myself. So, Joel, thank you.
I'll put the Amazon link in the chat.
Yeah, very good. That's wonderful. KD6W, KC6JPG. Like I said, the project of linking with SRT and doing remote using SRT, especially when we're doing demos and we can trigger our repeaters to come on. I mean, that's just worth its weight in gold when it comes to our digital amateur television presentations. Especially during emergencies, we can be anywhere and activate. So you got that. Exactly. Thank you very much, Joel. Continuing with Arizona, we're going to Rod, WB9, KMO in Mesa. Rod, congratulations on your SRT stream. It looks been really, really good. Great quality. Right to you, my friend.
All right. Well, thank you. I don't think I have it on right now. I'm still doing a lot of experimentation, and that part seems to be working okay, but I'm trying to bring video that I want to put on into vMix. I have to fire up a different computer and dedicated computer to streaming rather than try to use my other one at the same time. There are too many conflicts. I'm still, well, I'm not working on the U-Ray, but I want to get the U-Ray stuff working. That's in the background. So, yeah, that worked out pretty well. Yeah, and, you know, computers are just really fussy. You have to get everything perfect for it to work. One little thing is off, and that's it. Let's see, what else is new? Oh, that was quite a storm we had going on down there. Joel, we were supposed to get something like that here, but it looks like it bypassed us. Although we do have some kind of a watch, or I think they called it a risk this time. A slight risk. That's a little bit less than a watch and a lot less than a warning, and a lot less than a real storm. So anyway, we got our eyes open. We're hoping for some activity. It's been pretty boring around here, but we don't want a tornado. That's what they announced yesterday, that there was going to be a likelihood of a tornado in the area. So anyway, that's that. That's about all I've got for right now. I'm doing a lot of things, preparing for Cheryl's birthday party on Friday, and preparing for a trip to Wisconsin next week, and lots of other things going on, a board meeting, and I can't even remember them all. There's some major event every day for the next month, and just trying to keep above board so that I can do all of it. And I started to get sick, and it looked like I was going to get a nasty flu, but it didn't turn into much. However, it hasn't totally gone away either. So I get headaches, sore throat, cough, sneeze, but it's like a 25% version of a flu. So it's noticeable, and a little bit annoying, but it's not disabling in any way. Still want to be careful who you interact with, because you don't want to pass it on to anybody. So anyway, that's all I've got here. We'll send it back to you, and I'll stick around. I'll be doing a few things in the background, but I'll try to tune into what's going on at least. And as far as the encoders and decoders go, that one that you have, Joel, is interesting. It'd be interesting to track it and see what other things you learn about it. There was one encoder for about $106 that looked like it could even do H.265. It was kind of stripped down version, only had one HDMI port, so it didn't have a monitor port. But for people wanting to save some money and still get on the air, that looked like a possibility. I don't know if you've seen that particular one, and I'm not convinced I'm going to buy one, because I got plenty already. So anyway, just wanted to point that out. If you see it in your travels, that's the lowest price I've seen some listed for $70 too. And of course, I haven't gone to Alibaba. If you go out there, they have all kinds of stuff for pretty low prices generally, but I don't know that I trust those things, nor do I want to, take a chance as an experiment. But anyway, anybody who's game, there are plenty of targets. Back to you, WB9 KMO, East Mesa, Thunder Mountain.
WB9KMO, KC6JPG. Oh, very good, Rod. I'll tell you, in comparison with like our DVB-T type equipment, which is like not very much. When it comes to the SRT equipment or any kind of streaming, tools that we have, I'll tell you, we have a handful of them. There's quite a bit, and we have choices. And Joel and I are definitely going through the plethora of choices out there. but the most important thing is that we can bring our ATEM switchers, or if you have a switcher that does streaming like Gary's AV Matrix, basically studio in a suitcase, basically, or studio in a laptop, and he has streaming capabilities including SRT. It's an amazing thing that we can do to go out. And I'm going to go right back to you, Rod. WB9KMO KC6JPG.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you kind of tickled my brain a little bit. We had the mesh workshop this last Saturday, and among other things, Walter from the mesh, well, he's the president of AMO, the Arizona Mesh Organization, was here, and he brought along a little VNA-sized spectrum analyzer. It's called the Tiny SA. What's the other word? I don't know. Tiny SA something. So it's Tiny Spectrum Analyzer. $160, and it goes up to 6 gigahertz. And so we were looking at signals and stuff with that. It's not as good as a real professional model, but to get any kind of a spectrum analyzer that gives information that's useful for $160, that's amazing. Pretty sure in Alibaba or out on Amazon. So shop around. There are a bunch of them that are very similar. Lots of knockoff clones, and you don't know what you're getting until you get it. I couldn't find any that. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring that up, and I also have a light. It's called Light. Superstition Ranch Market. It's called the Light VNA, and that one goes up to 6 gigahertz too, $170. So there's some pretty amazing tools out there for a lot less money than you'd have to pay for the big boys a few years back. Back to you.
Oh, WB9KMO KC6JPG. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of tools out there at our disposal. So nano VNAs and light VNAs, and I've seen some of the. Mike showed me a little spectrum analyzer that went up to 3 gigs. I got a frog in my throat too. So holy smokes! It's Mike. What did you bring from that island? It's crazy. Yeah, no. COVID's over. Come on, stop. I mean, the disease will still be hanging around, but it's we're not going there anyway. So so people are, we're not going there, Rod. So very good. Anyway, thank you, Rod, for checking in. Thank you, Rod, for getting on SRT and then helping us through our projects. Definitely. Thank you, bud. Very, very good. All right. So yeah, that's what my pastor said too. 100%. There's a statistic. 100% of all of us is gonna go to heaven. So if you deserve to go to heaven, anyway, that's another story for another time because we're doing the net. And speaking of net, we're going to our net control of the Arizona Amateur Television Group, and that is our buddy Lee, K0CCU, KC6JPG. Lee, great to see you.
Well, good evening, WSC, KC6JPG and the group. K0CCU Lee in Glendale, Arizona. And I was just looking at, I got my car died, and I got it going again, then died, and I got it going again. And I got home, and I'm looking at the fault, and it says P0011, powertrain, A camshaft position, timing over advanced or system performance, bank 1. So I guess I'll be going over to O'Reilly's tomorrow morning and have them tell me what it is. And it on a lot of these things, it can be the battery. And fortunately, the battery I have in there is got a 3-year limited warranty on it. And from O'Reilly's, and it's I looked it up, and it's not even been there 2 years yet, so I should be able to do something with that. But I haven't checked. I'll leave the code in there. I brought it up on my scanner And so it's interesting to see how these things, how they work.
I'll tell you, it's amazing, Lee. We go from dwell meters and checking our points on distributors, and now it's coil packs and sensors and codes and ECMs, and it's almost like they're almost throwaways when you really think about it. But yeah, I had a similar problem with my my old van. I got rid of my vans, but I had a similar problem where I had a misfire on one of the cylinders. It had turned out to be a software problem, so we had to reload the software into the ECM, and that cured it. So, who knows?
Yep, that's what I'll probably figure out is to see what the problem is. I had trouble getting my my OBD device to work, and I found out that in the early 2000s they switched from one using certain pins to another set, and my extender cable didn't have those pins in it, so we couldn't get it to work. I thought, what is going on here? So I pitched that away and stuck the and when you stick the unit up there, it's upside down, so you can't see what's going on the thing. So I look at my program here, and it links up really nice, and it's got all the good stuff on it. So anyway, we'll find out what's going on tomorrow. Anyway, that's about all I have here. I just got home. I'm gonna go find me something to eat because I didn't get a chance to eat before I left. and as you can tell, I'm fasting away. And it's I think, or I guess it's wasting away. It all went to my waist. Anyway, back to you, Roland. KC6JPG and the group, including Sleepy Manuel.
Hey, it's almost midnight over here. I got 6 minutes to midnight.
Yep. I could tell that by the way your head was nodding, and the eyeballs were flipping back. So, see you in Glendale.
K0CCU, KC6JPG. Well, very good, Lee. Well, I'm sorry about your vehicle problems, but it sounds like you're on the road to getting it fixed. So very, very good. Yeah, I have an OBD2 reader myself, and it's been fabulous tools. I have a P1916 on my Expedition 4x4, which is the front drivetrain Hall effect sensor circuit is not working. So it's either just the simple the read switch or something that happened on the circuit itself. So I'm gotta get a new sensor, and then hopefully get that put in, and then hopefully that will fix that problem. Very good, Lee. Thank you very much for checking in. We really, really appreciate it. And those are the check-ins that I have at any late members, missed members, any visitors that'd like to check in with the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. Come in at this time. KC6JPG, Net Control. Okay, as you all know, we go to the anchor of our amateur television group, Amateur Television Network, as well as the Mount Diablo group, and he is the net control of the Mount Diablo Amateur Television Society, and that is our buddy Jim, K6SOE, KC6JPG. Jim, how you doing, my friend? What's happening out there?
WABC. In 2024, you get more at Ramsey Mazda.
I think nature called.
During the Mazda Find Out event.
Well, got audio now. So anyway, we got a good sunset going there, and from there, not too much else is new. Just getting ready for PacificCon. Got my reservations for the hotel put in today, and hopefully anybody else that's headed that way can get a deal on a hotel room before they run out of the cheap ones. So be there or be square. So we'll send it back to you, Roland. K6SOE.
K6SOE, KC6JPG. Thank you so much, Jim. Yep, PacificCon is just right around the corner. Cannot believe it's already. Holy smokes. So, wow, terrific. And I want to go. I really do. God, I have so much fun being with you guys when we do this ATV stuff, especially, or ham radio, anything, and especially ATV. So, a lot of fun. So thank you, Jim, for all that you do for PacificCon, and thank you for sharing with the hotel. Appreciate it. All right. No Newsline tonight, so Don will be back next week for a fresh new edition of Newsline on our next net next week. Any last-minute comments before we close and go to our Whereby Roundtable? KC6JPG, Net Control. All right, this has been the Amateur Television Network's The Weekly Net. This has been a terrific outpouring tonight, so that was really fun. And Mike, we're thinking about you, buddy. Get well, and for those that are feeling a little tickle, grab some vitamin C quickly. I've been getting a lot of subbing requests from our fitness company, and anything from strep throat and laryngitis. So it's going around, team. So supplement yourselves. Definitely. That'll knock you right out there. You got it, Manny. I'm Roland, KC6JPG, saying without you, there would not be a net. And we really appreciate each and every one of you participating with us tonight. So don't forget, we're going right into the Afternet, and that is our Whereby group and our Whereby Roundtable. Join us on our Whereby channel, https whereby.com/ATN-TV. On behalf of Tom, WB6HYH, our president, Mike Collis, WA6SVT, and the rest of the ATN group, I'm Roland, KC6JPG, saying thank you so much for your participation. The repeaters are now returned for their normal use. Take care. Have a great evening. KC6JPG.